Donald Trump family and personal life. Early life and education. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, at the Jamaica Hospital in the Queensboro of New York City. His parents were Frederick Christ Trump, a real estate developer, and Mary Ann McLeod. Trump grew up in the Jamaica Estates neighborhood of Queens, and attended the Q Forest School from kindergarten through 7th grade. At age 13, he was enrolled in the New York Military Academy, a private boarding school, after his parents discovered that he had made frequent trips into Manhattan without their permission. In 1964, Trump enrolled at Fordham University. After 2 years, he transferred to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. While at Wharton, he worked at the family business, Elizabeth Trump and Son. He graduated in May 1968 with a BSc in economics. While in college from 1964 to 1968, Trump obtained 4 student deferments from serving in the military. In 1966, he was deemed fit for service based upon a medical examination, and in July 1968, after graduating from college, was briefly classified as eligible to serve by a local draft board. In October 1968, he was given a medical deferment which he later attributed to spurs in both heels, and classified as 1Y, unqualified for duty except in the case of a national emergency. In the December 1969 draft lottery, Trump's birthday, June 14, received a high number which would have given him a low probability to be called to military service even without the 1Y. In 1972, he was reclassified as 4F, disqualifying him from service. Ancestry and parents. Trump's ancestors originated from the German village of Karlstad in the Palatinate on his father's side, and from the Outer Hebrides in Scotland on his mother's side. All of his grandparents and his mother were born in Europe. Trump's paternal grandfather, Frederick Trump, first immigrated to the United States in 1885 at the age of 16 and became a citizen in 1892. He amassed a fortune operating boomtown restaurants and boarding houses in the Seattle area in the Klondike region of Canada during its gold rush. On a visit to Karlstad, he met Elizabeth Christ and married her in 1902. The couple permanently settled in New York in 1905. Frederick died from influenza during the 1918 pandemic. Trump's father Fred was born in 1905 in the Bronx. Fred started working with his mother in real estate when he was 15, shortly after his father's death. Their company, E. Trump and Son, founded in 1923, was primarily active in the New York boroughs of Queens and Brooklyn. Fred eventually built and sold thousands of houses, barracks, and apartments. In spite of his German ancestry, Fred Trump sought to pass himself off as Swedish amid anti-German sentiment sparked by World War II. Donald Trump reaffirmed the myth and the art of the deal. Trump's mother Mary Ann McLeod was born in Tongue, Lewis, Scotland. At age 18 in 1930, she immigrated to New York, where she worked as a maid. Fred and Mary were married in 1936 and raised their family in Queens. Wives, siblings, and descendants. Trump grew up with 3 elder siblings, Mary Ann, Fred Jr., and Elizabeth, as well as a younger brother named Robert. Mary Ann is an inactive federal appeals court judge on the 3rd Circuit. Trump has 5 children by 3 marriages, as well as 9 grandchildren. In 1977, Trump married Czech model Ivana Zlnikova at the Marble Collegiate Church in Manhattan, in a ceremony performed by the Reverend Norman Vincent Peale. They had 3 children, Donald Jr., born 1977, Ivanka, born 1981, and Eric, born 1984. Ivana became a naturalized United States citizen in 1988. The couple divorced in 1992, following Trump's affair with actress Marla Maples. In October 1993, Maples gave birth to Trump's daughter, who was named Tiffany in honor of high-end retailer Tiffany & Company. Maples and Trump were married 2 months later in December 1993. They divorced in 1999, and Tiffany was raised by Marla in California. In 2005, Trump married his 3rd wife, Slovenian model Melania Naus, at Bethesda by the Sea Episcopal Church in Palm Beach, Florida. In 2006, Melania became a United States citizen and gave birth to a son, Barron. Melania became First Lady when Trump became president in January 2017. Upon his inauguration as president, Trump delegated the management of his real estate business to his two adult sons, Eric and Don Jr. His daughter Ivanka resigned from the Trump Organization and moved to Washington, D.C., with her husband Jared Kushner. She serves as an assistant to the president, and he is a senior advisor in the White House. Religion. Trump is a Presbyterian. His ancestors were Lutheran on his paternal grandfather's side in Germany and Presbyterian on his mother's side in Scotland. His parents married in a Manhattan Presbyterian church in 1936. As a child, he attended the First Presbyterian Church in Jamaica, Queens, where he had his confirmation. In the 1970s, his parents joined the Marble Collegiate Church in Manhattan, part of the Reformed Church. The pastor at Marble, Norman Vincent Peale, ministered to Trump's family and mentored him until Peale's death in 1993. Trump has cited Peale in his works during interviews when asked about the role of religion in his personal life. In August 2015, Trump told reporters, "I am Presbyterian Protestant. I go to Marble Collegiate Church," adding that he attends many different churches because he travels a lot. The Marble Collegiate Church then issued a statement noting that Trump and his family have a long-standing history with the church, but that he is not an active member. Trump said he was not sure whether he ever asked God for forgiveness, stating, "If I do something wrong, I just try and make it right. I don't bring God into that picture." He said he tries to take Holy Communion as often as possible because it makes him feel cleansed. While campaigning, Trump referred to The Art of the Deal as his second favorite book after the Bible, saying, "Nothing beats the Bible." The New York Times reported that evangelical Christians nationwide thought that his heart was in the right place, that his intentions for the country were pure. Trump has associations with a number of Christian spiritual leaders, including Florida pastor Paula White, who has been called his closest spiritual confidant. In 2015, he released a list of religious advisors, including James Dobson, Jerry Falwell Jr., Ralph Reed, Michelle Bachmann, Robert Jeffress, and others. Health. Trump does not drink alcohol, a reaction to his older brother's alcoholism and early death. He also said that he has never smoked cigarettes or consumed drugs, including marijuana. In December 2015, Trump's personal physician, Harold Bornstein, released a superlative-laden letter of health which stated that Trump's physical strength and stamina are extraordinary. Bornstein later said that Trump himself had dictated the contents. A follow-up medical report showed Trump's blood pressure, liver and thyroid functions to be in normal ranges, and that he takes a statin. In January 2018, Trump was examined by White House physician Ronnie Jackson, who stated that he was in excellent health and that his cardiac assessment revealed no medical issues, although his weight and cholesterol level were higher than recommended. Several outside cardiologists commented that Trump's weight, lifestyle, and LDL cholesterol level ought to have raised serious concerns about his cardiac health. Wealth. Trump was listed on the initial Forbes list of wealthy individuals in 1982 as having a share of his family's estimated $200 million net worth. His financial losses in the 1980s caused him to be dropped from the list between 1990 and 1995, and reportedly obliged him to borrow from his siblings' trusts in 1993. In its 2018 billionaires ranking, Forbes estimated Trump's net worth at $3.1 billion, 766th in the world, 248th in the U.S., making him one of the richest politicians in American history. During the 3 years since Trump announced his presidential run in 2015, Forbes estimated his net worth declined 31% and his ranking fell 138 spots. When he filed mandatory financial disclosure forms with the Federal Elections Commission, FEC, in July 2015, Trump claimed a net worth of about $10 billion. However, FEC figures cannot corroborate this estimate because they only show each of his largest buildings as being worth over $50 million, yielding total assets worth more than $1.4 billion and debt over $265 million. Trump reported hundreds of millions of dollars of yearly income from 2014 to 2018. Trump stated in a 2007 deposition, "My net worth fluctuates, and it goes up and down with markets and with attitudes and with feelings, even my own feelings." Trump has often said that he began his career with a small loan of $1 million from his father, and that he had to pay it back with interest. In October 2018, the New York Times reported that Trump was a millionaire by age 8, borrowed at least $60 million from his father, and largely failed to reimburse him, and had received $413 million, adjusted for inflation, from his father's business empire over his lifetime. According to the report, Trump and his family committed tax fraud, which lawyer for Trump denied. The tax department of New York says it is vigorously pursuing all appropriate avenues of investigation into it. Analyses by The Economist and The Washington Post have concluded that Trump's investments have underperformed the stock market.